So look at this question here. A vessel contains oil density. A vessel contains oil and over mercury. Oil over mercury. A homogeneous sphere floats with half of its volume immersed in mercury and other half is immersed in oil. The density of the material of the sphere is 1.2 into P gram per cubic centimeter. Then the value of the P is. Actually, we discussed these type of numericals in the previous class. So look at here. A vessel contains oil. Now let us take this is a vessel. Now some portion is in the oil, some portion is in mercury. So let us take some portion is in mercury. This is contain oil over mercury. So this is Hg. This is oil. Now let us take in that a homogeneous sphere, which is half of the floats in the mercury, half in the oil. Just look at here. So half in the mercury, half in the oil. Look at that. Half in the mercury, half in the oil. So very simple logic here. This is a floating. So when this is a floating condition, what is the floating condition according to laws of flotation? Floating, according to laws of flotation of Archimedes principle, so F buoyancy force equals to weight of the body. Do you understand the point now? Here, what is the buoyancy force? The buoyancy force on the liquid by the two portions. One due to the mercury, another one due to the oil. So buoyancy force. So buoyancy force due to the mercury plus buoyancy force due to the oil is equals to weight. So very clear, the buoyancy force equals to density of liquid volume inside into G. Volume inside into G. Now I am taking that this is the density of the mercury, buoyancy force Hg. So the density of Hg into volume is half only, because 1/2 of the volume in mercury, half of the volume in the oil into G plus the density of the oil into V/2 into G equals to weight equals to mg. Mg is nothing but density of the body into volume into G. See, ask the question density of the material. So just look at that. G will be cancelled on either sides. Volume also cancelled on either sides. Now we got it. The density of Hg/2 plus the density of oil/2 equals to density of the body. So therefore, the density of the body equals to density of Hg. Density of Hg is 13.6 plus density of oil is 0.8 gram cubic centimeter by 2. So 13.6 into 0.8 means nothing but how much here? 14.4 by 2. So 14.4 by 2 means 7.2 gram per cubic centimeter. But our answer is 1.2. 1.2. So 12 6 is 72. So we can write this one is 1.2 into 6 gram per cubic centimeter, because we are he is asking the question in terms of multiples of 1.2. The 7.2 can be written as 1.2 into 6. So our answer is P is equals to 6. The P is equals to 6. That is your answer. So just look at this question. Exactly the same concept in the previous question here. That buoyancy force due to the water plus buoyancy force due to the kerosene. Buoyancy force due to the kerosene should be equals to weight of the ice. So the question is actually here, we don't know the some portion is present in the water, some portion is present in the ice. Now let us take in this is ice cube here. Now this area of cross section is same here, but area of cross section is same here, but now this total, let us take in that the total height is h. Here the x in this is h minus x. So from this figure, this is water. So volume inside water is equals to A into h minus x. Volume in the kerosene oil is equals to A into x.
Yes.
So again the same principle of buoyancy force. The density of water into volume inside water into G plus the density of kerosene into volume inside kerosene into G. Weight of ice, this is ice. Ice equal to mg. M is nothing but density of ice into total volume into G. So that's you are very clear. W is equals to mg. Mg equals to rho into V into Z. V is the total volume. As per the question, so just look at the find the ratio of the volume of ice immersed in water and the kerosene. That means he asked the question volume inside water and the ice. So just volume inside water and the kerosene. Please concentrate here. Volume in kerosene A into X. Volume in the water is A into H minus X. Otherwise H minus X is taken as X2. This is taken as X1. So area will cancel. Now water is x2 by x1. This indirectly is asking the question ratio of the heights which are present in the water and kerosene. So now here G is cancelled on either sides. Now the density of water into volume of water is, I told you already, is the volume of water is in this A into x2 plus the density of kerosene volume inside is equals to A into x1. The density of ice is nothing but density of ice into total volume is equals to A into total height is x1 plus x2. x1 plus x2. So please look at the density of water is 1 into area will be cancelled on either sides. Here area will be cancelled. 1 into x2. So 1 into x2. Density of kerosene already given 0.8 plus 0.8 into x1 equals density of ice already given 0.9 into x1 plus x2. So this is x2 plus 0.8 x1 is equal to 0.9 x1 plus 0.9 x2. So I bring to the x1 are one side and x2 are one side. This 0.8 bring to this side, 0.9 bring to this side. So 1.1 minus 0.9 into x2 is equals to 0.9 minus 0.8 into x1. 1 minus 0.9 is 0.1 into x2. This is also 0.1 into x1. So what is the answer is x1 is equals to x2. So therefore the ratio is x2 by x1 is equals to 1. So the ratio between the volumes ratio is equals to 1. So this is your answer actually. The water flows through a frictionless duct. Duct in the sense like a tube like cross section varying as shown in the figure. pressure P at a point P along. Let us take some point is here, this x equal to 0. That's how it is varies with the axis. Once observe from up to this point, from this point to this point, area of cross section is same. So now using the Bernoulli's principle, by using the Bernoulli's equation, all are present in the same level. So that means H is constant. So then use the relations P plus half rho V square is equals to constant. So here we are taking only pressure energy and kinetic energy. Once observe the figure here. So now I'm drawing the figure again. So once look at this figure here, once observe this from here to here, the same cross section from this point to this point, same cross section. So A is constant, area of cross section is constant, speed also constant. When the speed is constant, by using the relation P plus half rho V square, from this is, look at here, from x point x to point y or x1, this is along this. So from x to y, what will happen now? X to y, what will happen? Area of cross section is constant, so speed also constant. So then automatically pressure also constant. Because P plus half rho V square is constant. From look at here, from y to z, from x to y entering into this region, so area of cross section is decreases, so speed will be increases. So according to Bernoulli's equation, for the all on same horizontal level, so P plus rho V square is constant. Now whenever the kinetic energy is increases, because V increases, kinetic energy increases, pressure energy is decreases. So whenever it is entering into the into the this tube, so pressure decreases, but after that from this tube also pressure remains constant, but is less value. So once you observe this curve here, up to here certain pressure is constant up to the certain point, then after that it decreases, then again it's constant. Just look at x to y, from this suppose let us take in this is x and this is y. X to y is pressure is constant. After that entering into the z, then the pressure decreases. So because speed increases, pressure decreases. Then by using the Bernoulli's equation, so now which one is right answer? Let us take the which one is right answer. And the first one is the right answer as per the condition in the question.